Alright, gadgeteers. So recently I bought a video camera built into a watch, this thing, and I did a pretty bad review because I didn't test it in daylight conditions. I just wanted to get it done. And I've come to realize this isn't really the greatest way to video something, because when you're wearing it, you have no idea where it's pointed, and it's very vibrant, you know, the vibrations, because you're walking around and whatnot. It's, I don't think it's a great idea. But it wasn't expensive, so anywho, I decided I'm going to try another gadget, HD camera pen. So let's see what this thing can do. It says here it's continuous 1080p video up to 75 minutes. It can take photos as well, and then it has a 32 SD card. I think you can get different memory sizes. I don't know. I'll leave a link. We'll see what happens. Alright, here we go. Same as on either side. It is supposedly CE approved. And you should recycle this box. Quite small packaging, being a pen. And nothing else in there. So first thing is nice. It's an actual pen. You can use it. You can use it up to, I assume, 5 times. So you got 4 refills. So that's pretty sweet. And then you have SD converter. So I guess you can take the SD card out of the pen and then plug it into your computer and download and stuff. But you might be able to just do it with the micro. I wish this was Type-C, of course. This thing was probably designed a long time ago. I will have to see if we can run data through this cable. So, oh, look at this. There's 5 refills. So that's a lot. Dimensionally, all right, nothing else here. Let's see, so I believe this is brand new, just wrapped in this plastic. It's basically the size of a normal pen, which happens to be probably around 15 centimeters, or a little under 6 inches. Here's a Sharpie, thin Sharpie, a little bit longer than that. Here's a fat Sharpie. Here's a Bic, it's almost a little bit longer than a Bic pen as well. BIC, get your head out of the gutter. Okay, let's glimpse through the good old instructions in case you lose them, which I will. So I actually want to document this so I can come back and refer to it. There are the buttons there. Top is power, 2 is camera, 4 is the memory card, USB charging, indicator light. Alright, it's going to save as AVIs, basically in regular landscape movie kind of format. 30 FPS it says. Doesn't really say the maximum card you could put in there, though. It would have been nice to know that. Okay, so you gotta hold this thing for 3 seconds to start it up, and then the red and blue lights to take a picture. Blue twice. I don't care about photos. More about seeing about the video. Anyways, you can read that. Alright, continuing on. I've read the instructions a little bit, and of course my scale does work. It's 22 grams. This thing weighs nothing. It does feel very light. It's made of plastic, really. This is, I think, even plastic, just vacuum metal. So there's no real metal in this, other than maybe what's in the electronics. Alright, so we got the dimension out of the way. I read through this a little bit. And so it turns out I got one without an SD card, and that's why it didn't make any sense. It does say in here, if you long press for 3 seconds, and also if there's no card, it's going to flash red and blue, steady on. So to turn it on, we hold it for 3 seconds. And the power light is on the other side of the clip. This is the actual camera right here, this little hole. But you can actually slide this and cover it, and so it's just a normal pen. And by the way, let's see if it writes well. What do you know, it's black and it writes fine. Alright, so obviously I want to open that, and now I'm going to hold this for 3 seconds, and theoretically, there should be a red and blue light on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I didn't really see a red light, you know, it's just like a blue light to me. So, it's too bad. I kind of wish it was more obvious, but it's not. Alright, so if you unscrew this, replacing the actual ink should be pretty easy. Oh, there it is. You're going to probably need a Phillips head screwdriver to get that out. And so let me do that. So the thread is actually on the white thing. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay, replacing the ink is simple and you have tons of it, so this should last a long time as an actual pen. So that's it for the pen. Now this side is the electronics, so you have the micro charger there and then the SD card. So I pulled up on the internet here. If you're recording 1080p, it might take up to 3.5 gigs per hour. That box says 75 minutes. So an 8 gigabyte card will easily cover you in most instances. But here's the actual listing I bought it from. It's like 20 bucks. And they sell it with an up to 128 gigabyte card. So I would assume that's the maximum you can jam into this thing. So if you want to record a whole bunch of stuff, that's what you do. With that said, I'm just going to jam a 16 in here. And then you want the contacts, I think, towards the middle. I assume the board is in the middle. And I do see, I think, those contacts. So that is that. Screw this back. Okay, so now one thing is, this pen is literally going to write. If you put this in your pocket, it's going to write inside your pant pocket, because there's no way to retract this, I don't think. There is there. Oh, look at that. Well, that's unfortunate. It doesn't retract all the way. I mean, what's up with that? It should... I can't go back anymore. Let me check this again here. I mean, why would they have a retract function that doesn't retract the whole way? So I suppose... I don't know if this is a smart idea. If you unscrew this like that, but then it's all loose in there. No, see, that didn't work. It's totally unscrewed. That could have been designed a little bit better, right? A little bit better, and it would have actually been a retractable pen. So, when there... Now I can't... Well, I can barely do it now. Hold on. What's going on? Oh, wait, there it goes. Alright, no, it unscrewed itself. So if I have this fully counterclockwise, that's the fully retracted thing. Let me... And unfortunately, it does come out. So, yeah, that's kind of silly. Oh well. So be mindful of that. So I assume the intention is for you to put this in your shirt pocket, you know, and then you can walk around. And that's what I'll do. I'll try to take some daytime video and stuff like that. Creep people out. Okay, so I guess I should hold this for 3 seconds now that there's a card in there. 1, 2, 3. And now there's a blinking blue light. According to this, it says if it blinks 3 times, it starts recording video. So, I don't know. To start recording, it says press the button once. So let's see if that light flashes 3 times. Now it's a solid blue light. Alright, so now it's in standby mode, I think. So to take a picture, you want to press the button twice, and that light should probably blink. Yeah, so that took a picture. Let me do it again. Yeah, we'll see how good of a picture it takes. I'm going to point this at the screen. Okay. And then I'm going to point this at a model. That's a pretty close model, so we'll see if it's capable of doing really close objects. Alright, so now, video-wise, I should hold this for... I just click it once and it should go into video, and that light should go away, and it's in full curve out mode. So ready? Pressed it once, flashes 3 times, it's recording right now. So I'm going to move this close to the model. Okay, and then the screen, which is maybe like a, I don't know, 25 centimeters or a foot away. Over there, over there. Look at some of my tools over there. Look at some of the tools hanging over there. And so if you click it once again, the blue light comes on solid, and now it's in standby mode. So I'm going to go outside this room and record a little bit outside, or at night though right now. We'll see what the night vision is like. Alright, I read the instructions, and first of all, this is a little cover for the camera, so you can totally hide the camera if you want. It's just in that little pinhole. There's a little hole on the opposite side here, and there's an LED, 2 LEDs in there. So the instructions said if there's no SD card, you're going to see a blue and red. So you have to turn the thing on for 3 seconds and we'll see what light comes up in this thing. Let me hit focus here. It's hard to focus on something black. 1, 2, 3. See, I don't see a red light though. I just see a blue light. So it just flashes 3 times. Yeah, so I don't know about that whole red thing in the instructions. Alright, so unscrewing this. By the way, this is all plastic. It's like 22 grams, which is really almost nothing as far as weight goes. And that's fine by me. Alright, so as far as replacing the ink refill thing, you have to get a Phillips head that pumps out, and then again you got 5 extras, and then you got to screw that back in, the replacement. And I noticed you can kind of retract it, but not all the way, which is kind of dumb, right? It's gonna write, like if you put this in your pocket, it might write inside your pocket and actually stain your clothes. I messed around with it a bit, and it's just poorly designed, I guess, so that's unfortunate. Okay, so now I looked up how many gigabytes 1080p uses, and here it says it might take 30 frames per second, 2 gigs per data of hour. So if you have the outer box is 75 minutes, so even a 4 gig card has you covered. But of course, if you want to have a lot more, here's the listing where I got it. It's like 20 bucks or something, and that's without an SD card. But you can put up to a 128 gigabyte thing in there, so you can get a lot of recording out of this thing, assuming you have that. Bear in mind, SD cards do have a speed rating, and so like on my GoPro, I always put a class 10 card in there, so that's what this thing is. So I'm going to pop in this thing. And I think you want to have the contacts toward the middle. I think I can see the contacts right there. I mean, it seems to fit, so that's good. Alright, so I'm going to pop this back on. Let's take some photographs here in the booth and see how this performs, because I assume, people might buy this to try to take photos of documents. So first I got to turn it on. 1, 2, 3. And a blue light is on in there. So hard to focus. Anyways, I think you can see there's a blue light. Right? It's just on. So the instructions said if you want to take a photograph, you have to click the button twice, and then the thing will blink once. Sorry. Yeah, but if you want to take a video, you just click it once, and then the blue light flashes 3 times and turns off. And that means. So let's take some photos first. So I'm going to just click this twice. I'm going to point this towards that screen. You know what? I don't know if it went out already. I don't know if there's a timer. So let me turn this on again. I'll hold it. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I've entered like a... maybe the battery's dead. I suspect the battery's... Nope. Alright, so I have a solid blue light. So I'm going to click this twice. No, that went to bat. This is not easy to use. They should just have two buttons. One to take a photo, one to take video, right? What's this? Alright, I think I just took a video because it's a solid blue light now. So I'm going to double click and take a photo. And yeah, the blue light came back. Let me do that again. I'm going to hold it sideways so the pen side is this way, so you can see that blue light. See, the blue light came back. Let me do it again. Just took a photo. Alright, so that probably wasn't aimed at anything. So I'm going to take a photo of this. That's pretty close, right? This is black text on green. Alright. Some white text. This little model we see out here. Hold on. So this is maybe 20 centimeters away, under a foot, but let me point that in the direction. Okay. I need to do this one closer. I'm going to take one of the screen. take one of that AliExpress listing. So essentially we have different focal points, different size text, illuminated objects, this monitor, and we'll see how those work out. Alright, so now video wise, I have to click this once and this blue light will go away. So I'm going to click it once, I'm holding it this way with the pen to the left. Flashes 3 times, we are in video mode. So we'll also see if the audio. So now I'm holding it upright, which is I would think the way this wanted to be. Looking at the screen, looking at this figure, that model, maybe looking at this text up close. That thing. There'll be a review on that. Look how goofy that is. Alright. And then looking at this document. Sorry, I don't have 3 hands, so I know I lost focus on this video. Okay, a Sharpie, why not? Okay, and then just looking at the ugliness of my hand. Okay, so I'm going to click this again. Alright, so now that video is done. I gotta unscrew this. I don't know. Oh, it says here, long press power for 3 seconds and power off. So this light should go out. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. So now it's off. Okay. I have that USB already plugged into my computer. Let's see if you can read right off of this thing. I do not think you can read right off the pen. No, that's probably why they gave you that SD card reader. Okay, let me take this thing out. It is off after all. And let me just plug this into the computer. I see. That SD card reader was already in the computer, so I'm really going to have to undo the SD card reader and plug it in now. Okay. So hold on here. Alright, let's take a look at this photos. Alright, well, let me back out. This is a, I don't know, it's got to be like a 24-inch screen maybe? That's a little bit grainy, right? But it's, yeah, I mean the real model is much smaller, so it is magnified, but obviously I might have even had shaky hands. Again, that's kind of shaky. And it's not so clear at all. That's not clear at all. It's way too close, I think. But you see the monitor back there. So essentially you can't hold this very close to something. That's what I'm figuring out now. See? Very close, blurry. That monitor maybe 20 centimeters, 25 centimeters, a foot away or so. And then you can start reading some stuff. But looking at this character right down there, that character looks kind of blurry. So, alright. Yeah, very close. No good. It's not a, I guess not a close-up spy camera. Alright, yeah, so that was really close. But it wants to be like 20-30 centimeters away at least. So that's what, now the screen, yeah, I mean that's okay. It's not the greatest. I have no idea how they set the date on this thing. Nor does it really say in here, I don't think. Oh no, it does. Well, no, sorry, it mentions something. Doesn't say how to change it though. Okay, let's see, go back to these photos. Let me hit the screen. Okay. Alright, well, I mean the thing was $20. So let me go take some photos outside. Alright, so I'm back from my balcony. I noticed the issue I'm having is double clicking this. I was clicking like this. And I don't think that's fast enough because I was going into video mode. So I think you really want to click this very fast. The thing is, the light is so slow. I don't know when it's taking the photo while this light is blinking. But you want to click it super fast, like a gaming mouse, I think, to take a picture. So this is my outside balcony here, and here's some photos. That obviously is not so good. That's even worse. That's okay. That's not good. And that's my airsoft gear, not good. That's the netting, there's some stuff out there. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. Alright, so let's look at the video now. So you see, these first 4 are mistakes. I thought I was taking photos. But the 5th one should be a video because I think I knew what I was doing at this point in time. So let's take a look at this. Alright, testing the audio. I'm outside on my balcony. They're repainting the building, so there's this big green net covering the building. Here's one of my little spin coasters. I'm going to spray it with some spray paint here at night, and let's see if it can pick up the spray. It's pretty hard to see even with my own eyes at night. Let's look at some plants here as I choke on those fumes. Here's my airsoft gear. There might be a different video on that setup. It works pretty well. Okay, so there's the good old light. 3D printers out there. Yeah. I know.
กะเพราบีฟกะเพราหมูกรอบกะเพราหมูสับลาบหมู
Guy, me, man. No,
ไก่
mine
ไข่ตุ๋นมาก
Okay. Talk about guy.
ไม่กินได้ยาแล้วเหรอ
I'm Kang.
นั่งที่โต๊ะนี่
So let's see if we can take good video. I'm about 30 centimeters away, a foot away or something. I find it's hard to figure out where this thing is pointing. It's going to take practice, obviously. Let me now scan this page. Well, so you saw me take some footage and stuff, and frankly, I don't like it. This button isn't very good. I have every time I would download trying to get videos, I would have like 15 extra photos because this button just it shouldn't be used for 2 different purposes. So I'm basically taking photos when I'm thinking I'm taking video, and that's not what you want, right? The red light is in there, but it's on the other side, I've come to realize. Right now it's just in standby mode for video, but I think, and then this goes out, so that's kind of confusing. I guess it times out for the battery. So then you gotta click it again, and now I think it's in standby for video again. Anyways, I just don't like the interface, and then the way this camera is mounted in here, maybe it's just a fluke for mine, it doesn't seem like it's actually perpendicular to this face. As you saw when I was trying to document that Toyota stereo book. So I put a cheat sheet here, but I don't think I'm going to use this. It's also going to write ink inside of my pocket. And naturally, something this small, there's no image stabilization. Without image stabilization, as I was walking with this in a crossbody bag pocket, it was really, really shaky. But in its defense, when it's still, it does take pretty decent video. Another thing I noticed, I tried to just put it down on a table like this, but it doesn't want to stay in a logical position. For some reason, it wants to point to the roof. So I tried this side, and again, it just wants to roll up there. If this is designed better, this would be a square-shaped camera or a hexagonal shape, so you can put it on its side and it'll take video like in that mode. But the way it is now, it's always gonna, just the weight of it, for some reason, it's always pointing off in some random direction. So that could have been designed better as well. So, I mean, it definitely looks like a pen, and you can get it to work, but it's just not easy. The button might get stuck there. You might be taking photos when you think you're taking video, or vice versa, and then again, the ink is gonna mess up your clothing. So those are the issues I have with it. In its defense, I guess, it wasn't expensive. It's just a little fun gadget you can mess around with. You don't even have to carry the pen part if that bothers you, right? Would have been nice if there's maybe just a plastic cap there, but you could just put that in your pocket and it works. Also, it's not particularly convenient that you have to always remove this card in order to get the files out. It doesn't work through the cable itself. Alright, well, that's it for today. Yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next gadget review. Maybe I can find a better camera. Alright, bye.